Good evening, Wilmington, Delaware. This is E-Live. I'm here again, relaxing with franchise owner, Mr. Don Walker. Today we're going to deal with businesses, and today we have something interesting. So, Mr. Don Walker, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your beginnings?
Well, I was born in the Bronx,
Okay.
New York.
Okay.
Attended college,
What college you went to?
Hunter College in
Hunter
New York
College.
City.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Hunter College in New York City. Bachelor's in political science and minor in history.
Okay.
Yeah. Wanted to go on to become a lawyer, but you
Okay.
know, things change and you go different directions in life.
It happens.
Yes. From that point, I went on into corrections. So I was a correction officer for 10 years. Yes. And then,
That was a spin.
oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, New York State.
Okay.
Yes, long time. And from there, I said, let me try something different.
Yeah. Test the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said, it has to be more to life than getting up and going into a 9 to 5 or
Exactly.
12 to 8 every day.
Exactly.
And I said, hey, I'm gonna try something different.
Yeah.
And one day I woke up and I was reading Entrepreneur magazine.
Okay.
And it was a list, the top 100 franchises in America. So I picked one up and started looking. I said, wow, this is interesting. This looks like something I can do. So I found a franchise that I said I'm comfortable with. And
Okay.
it's so funny about it, all through my college years and high school years, I worked in fast food.
Wow.
I did fast food, so it was almost like the experience. I was doing an intern and didn't even realize
Didn't even
it.
realize it.
Right. So I found a franchise that I was comfortable with, and from the time that I started doing my research
Yeah.
and putting everything together, it took about 3 years for it to all come together.
Took your time.
Yes.
Yes.
Research
Yes.
was very important.
Yes.
The research was very important.
Research, very important. I know I spoke about this on a lot of shows. I even did that trademark show. So research, very important.
Yes. Then when I told some of my friends and family the business that I was going into, they
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. It was like saying, really? It was almost like it was unbelievable. Like, you're not going to do that. That's never been done before.
Oh.
You know, yeah.
Stepping outside the
Right,
box.
exactly.
Okay,
And
okay.
I was never that person to be in that box. It's, you know, I got to get outside and look in at it.
Uh-huh.
So I said, hey, we went full speed ahead, and it all started to come together piece by piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Piece
So,
by piece.
so I know you said it started coming together piece by piece, but was there any faith in there, or like, was there any struggle in there?
Oh,
but,
yes.
But
Yes.
that's what we want to talk
Yes,
about.
yes. It
Because
wasn't-
see,
Yes.
everybody needs to know it's not peachy cream.
Right.
So only the people that's willing to have that ground beneath their feet
Right.
and understand
Yes.
rolling your sleeves up
Right.
and hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk
Well,
about.
right during that 3-year process, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
working maybe 70, 80 hours
Oh,
work
see.
weeks.
See?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't given to me.
So sacrifice.
yes, very important.
So that had to take a lot of mental.
Yes,
How did you get through that?
because I knew what the goal was. There was a goal there. And I
So it was
said,
the end result.
exactly.
Okay.
That if you do this, you A, B, and C, it's going to take you to the next level.
Was there any times where you said, man, this is getting rough, I can't do this, they said it can't be done? I just want to just
Oh,
throw
yes,
this out.
yes, it did.
What got you through?
My wife did.
Oh.
Yeah. She said,
So there's a better half to this story.
Oh, yes,
Now,
yes.
now, let's stop right there.
yes.
Now, with you having a better half in this situation,
Right.
how does that stimulate you moving forward?
Oh, it was great because
Okay.
she was there 100%.
Okay.
Actually, she had her own idea what she wanted to do.
Oh.
And then I said I would like to do this. So I guess we weighed it out and we said, okay, let's go and do this one.
So she sacrificed also.
Yes.
So there
Yes.
wasn't just one person sacrificing.
Right.
She put her vision
Yes.
and her dream on hold
Right.
for her better half. See,
Right.
this is important. You have to build, and sometimes when you're in a situation and you have a better half, you have to sit down and talk it out.
Yes.
There was a lot of discussions, many nights,
Many
correct?
nights, yes.
Yeah, because this was your future.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you move on.
Yeah. So there was a lot of uncertainty because, we rooted in New York, born and raised.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when the opportunity came up, when they called me and said, "Hey, we have 2 stores available for you in Delaware," it was
Oh.
like, "Oh boy, here's another curveball now."
So you researched Delaware. Now Delaware is a small state.
Yes.
We're minute
Right.
in the 51 states.
Right.
So did that throw you a curveball, knowing that we only have about close to 1 million people here?
Not at all.
Oh,
Not at
why
all.
is that?
Because previously, to back the train up a little, my wife came down here for a seminar.
Oh,
So she had an idea of, hey, Delaware's a nice state, you know, let's think about maybe relocating there one day. Business wasn't even on the table yet then.
so that didn't even seem like it was some visions already in the play in the
Exactly.
universe that you guys didn't even know about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we came down and, you know, had our house built and everything, settled down and started running these 2 stores.
Okay.
Wasn't afraid because, like I said, I was already prepared for this from the type of work that I did, with working with people, working with food.
Okay.
So I was dumped into my first
Oh,
store.
your life. This is beautiful.
Yes.
This is actually a beautiful
Yes.
interview right here.
Yes.
Because
But one of the main things also too that was very important as I look back at this, you have to have a spotless record almost. Because if you have any type of glitches or felonies, a lot of franchises are not going to accept you into
Okay.
it today.
Okay.
A lot of them are not going to
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
You know, so you have to really, from the beginning, you have to really get yourself
Sharp.
right.
You have to
from
be
the
on
beginning,
point.
from day one.
So the youth,
Yeah, from
the
day
youth.
one.
I'm talking to the youth. This is a franchise owner.
Yeah.
And he said there was some hard times.
Very.
But you have to understand everything that you're doing in school now, it sticks with you.
Yes.
It follows you. So if you want to have a bright future, let's understand and try to do something different.
Right.
But go ahead, move on, sir.
Yeah.
So now you're getting ready to relocate.
Right. So the whole thing comes together. We're down here, and I'm running the stores. Everything is going fine. Everything is going great.
So you got the franchise.
Yes. Everything
Moved in, moved down
Yeah.
here.
is
Okay.
relocated. Everything is running good. And my first store, I ended up having to shut it down the first year
Why is that?
due to the area. Demographics changed.
Okay.
Had to end
Okay.
up shutting the store
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Seems like it was a loss.
Ah,
See, like sometimes we look at things as a loss, and actually, it's a gain.
it's a game.
It's a gain. So when I was in the process of doing the procedure of shutting the store down, I
Yeah.
get an invitation. Hey, we got something better for you.
Okay.
Which we went
Okay.
and said, hey, if you want it,
You can
it's
have-
yours.
Are you serious?
You've done what you needed to do. So you're
So you
there.
had to prove yourself.
Of course.
And what did they have on the table for you when you proved yourself?
What do you mean by on the table?
You said they had
Yeah.
something for
Well,
you.
your stores had to be in order, clean, you know.
Okay.
You're running them properly.
Okay.
A lot of things, you know.
Okay.
And they say like, okay, this is
It's like checks and balances.
Exactly. This
So
is,
they're watching.
Oh yeah.
So do they send secret shoppers
Of
in?
course,
So
everybody.
they test you.
Every
Wow. So you
yeah.
passed all the tests.
Yes.
Okay. So move on.
Then we moved on from there, and it's still a struggle, you know. It's
Yeah.
like it's always when you're in your own business, it's always this
Ups and downs.
Yeah, because you're so used to someone giving you a paycheck after each week, and now
Yeah.
your paycheck is what you make now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And, you know, and I think that there could be more black businesses if they come out of the box, some of them.
How do you think they can stimulate that from what you've learned,
Right.
your experience? Because it's all about experiences and
Right.
stimulating and sharing.
Yeah.
How can you think young black entrepreneurs can stimulate the economy and start jobs? How can they get started?
Well, first, you know, you have to find out what you enjoy doing. Like Warren Buffett says, if you enjoy what you do, you never worked a day in your life.
Oh wow, that's
You
a
know.
good thought.
And you have to decide really what you want to do
Okay.
at an early age, and just try to follow it. You know, you'll fall somewhere in that field. You may not fall in
Gotcha.
that spot, but you'll be in the field somewhere.
Exactly. It's
You
sort of
know,
like
and
being
just-
on the boat.
Right, you know, and go from there.
Yes.
Because it can be done. But
Okay.
then also too, there's also too responsibility with finances, and that's a real big problem there. Understanding how money works, and a lot of people, it's not taught in school.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have smart people around me to teach me, this is how money works.
So it seems like you need to be disciplined.
Yes.
You need to have financial experience.
Yeah.
And you got to have a lot of willpower.
Exactly.
Because I know you still want to do things for yourself.
Exactly.
You still want to go take this trip or that trip, and you have to say, wow, I have a business to run now.
Right.
I have people to pay. I have overhead.
Exactly.
So you have to think things differently and think it through. This is an interesting interview right here with Mr. Walker. I'm really pleased with what I'm hearing. We're going to take a commercial break. This is E-Live and Mr. Don Walker, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Are you looking for the internet station that does it all and plays it all? Are you searching for more of the hit music you love to hear? Tired of hearing the same 10 or 15 songs an hour like you do on most commercial radio stations? I believe I have a solution, one that will suit your ear and conveniently travel with you on the go. Check out the all-new 100 Do It All Radio on 100doitallradio.com and the mobile app on iPhone and Android app stores. Based out of the Delaware Valley, hitting you worldwide, 100 Do It All Radio is also showcasing the area's top DJ talents. Hear your favorite artists past to present and all the hits. Artists, labels, and music affiliates submit music or press materials to radio submissions at 100doitallradio.com. To advertise your brand or business, email us now at advertisewithus@100doitallradio.com. 100 Do It All Radio.
We're back. This is E-Live, and we're back with Mr. Walker, and now he wants to move forward and let us know about the financial part of it, how the dollars come in and how they go out. Mr. Walker, how does that piece of the franchise work?
Well, not with the franchise, but just in general. Like if you're a person that's making $40,000 a year and you want to climb to do something else, you have to set yourself in a position to live like a person who makes $20,000 a year.
Okay.
Now you see how it makes sense.
Yes,
Instead
yes.
of making $40,000 a year and living like a person who makes $60,000 a year, it's backwards. The numbers don't add up.
You're right.
So that's one of the ways if you're really starting to want to start a business, you start that way. And then you develop your own financing, and then the bank says, hey, he's came to us with $60,000, $70,000 and need a loan. Hey, here he goes, And not that easy, but
I understand.
there's a foundation there to work with.
You have to have.
Yeah, but being that finance is not taught in the schools today, especially in the communities, no one has a clue.
So what do you think the youth have to do to get the financial experience that they're going to need to help them in the future?
Education. Actually, it's more education and more information today than it was 20 years ago.
With the technology.
With the technology
You're
today.
correct.
You could Google almost anything.
You're right.
And then get the information there.
So it seems like even after college, you still need to keep educating yourself.
Exactly.
You
It
can't
never
stop.
Nope.
And
It always keeps going.
is that maybe the reason why a lot of college kids, they graduate and still can't find a job,
Yeah.
and maybe wound up in Walmart or another,
Right.
just trying to make ends meet?
Yeah, well, then that has a lot to do with the economy. Then that has a lot to do with various majors that people choose to go into. If you go into basket weaving,
So I guess that goes back to when you said at an early age, figure out what
Exactly.
you like to do.
Right.
So this shows is for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And
It's important.
And it's guidance.
Yeah.
A lot of this younger generation, there's no guidance anymore.
Okay.
There's no guidance anymore. It's
Okay.
just almost every man for himself.
Or I'm doing me.
Right.
Okay.
But there's no guidance. They've been conditioned almost that way. They've been almost conditioned to be always to be a consumer, not to be a distributor. I'm going to always be a consumer. Think about this. If someone bought a $50,000 vehicle and it took them 5-6 years to pay for it with interest and everything, at the end of that 5 years, they could have had about maybe, let's say, $55,000, $60,000 in cash.
Real dollars.
liquid cash.
Okay.
To say, hey, I could go and invest and open me a corner store or something or do anything. But I prefer the immediate,
Instead of the wait.
Yeah.
The patience.
right.
So
I
that
want it right now. I don't want it
gratitude,
right.
right.
Yeah.
So also, I guess you're saying you have to have a certain amount of humbleness,
Yes. Yes.
appreciation
Right.
of the little,
Exactly.
and looking for the long-term goal.
Exactly. Patience.
Wow. Wow.
Patience.
That's
Patience.
interesting. I like that.
It's very much
So,
patience.
so with that patience that you have, how has that established you? Do you have just this subway here?
I have a few.
You have a few.
Yes.
Okay. And with the few that you have, if you don't mind, how long have you had it?
11 years.
11.
11 years. This coming June, we'll be going into our 11th year.
Are you 11 years?
11 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Wow.
11 years. Wow.
So this just didn't happen last night or yesterday.
No.
You're well planted.
Yeah, it took time to
And-
build.
and- yeah, yeah,
It took
yeah.
time to build.
So as you were building and you were growing, when did you know when to build? See, how did you know when to expand? As a business owner, what told you it's time now? We need to pull the plug.
It's funny, it's a friend once told me, a good friend says, only a wise man knows when to pull the plug. Like
Exactly.
no one can tell you when. You have to really look at things and see where things are going and say, okay, it's time to either move, stay,
Okay.
or get out.
Okay.
You know, and maybe I've been just fortunate
Okay.
to say move at the right time.
Bless.
You know, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna turn the show a little different now.
Okay.
How do you feel about the urban areas and the communities and the killings that we've been dealing with? How do you feel about that situation?
It's a bad situation. It's sad. It's sad because it's hurting a lot of other aspects. The school system is being hurt by it. Businesses are being hurt by it because a lot of businesses that say, hey, we may want to invest in this area, then they'd be like, is it worth investing in it? So basically, like, you're getting a double whammy from it.
It kills
you
it.
know?
It kills it. Right.
Yes, it's not just lives being lost, which is the number one thing that's the worst, but
Yeah.
it's a trickle-down effect to everything else.
Yeah.
To services, everything.
I am going to say Black Lives Matter, but I'm going to say all lives matter.
Right.
So it's important that the violence stop. And I am
That's
going to
very
say,
important, yes.
and I am going to say, L.W.U.M TV been on the air since October 3rd.
Yes.
And the month of November, there was not one killing. Not one.
That's
So
great.
I think that was important because we got to start somewhere.
Right.
So all that really said was we know how to police ourselves for 30 days.
Right.
But we need to do better than that.
Much
See,
better,
I try to
much
turn
better.
it into a joke, but it's so serious.
Yes, it is. It's
I-
epidemic proportions.
Exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and get away from that, and I'm gonna move forward. How do you think that the youth can move forward now that they're trying to bring Murder Town here? But how do you think that the youth, what they can do? How can they move forward?
Prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong.
Right.
That
Prove them wrong.
I like that.
You know, you're
I
always
like
going to
that.
have, it's just facts and numbers. You're always going to have a percentage of wrongdoers. That's just life.
Hecklers.
Right. But for the good ones, prove them wrong. Say, this is not what the town is about.
Right.
This is, this is not what it's about. Don't let the few, that whatever percentage it is,
Yeah.
overshadow the good.
Exactly.
You can't let that happen.
There's a lot of good here.
Yes.
And that's what L.W.U.M TV want to do
Right.
is stimulate Wilmington with there is a lot of good.
Right.
Because if you dig inside of any man or woman's heart,
Right.
you're going to find good.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
And it's important that
But then
we
also
touch-
too, start taking responsibility
and accountability.
and accountability. That's
Okay.
number one. That's number one. But the problem goes deeper than that, which we don't have time to go into.
No, we
psychological and
yeah,
so we can't even go into
It,
that.
it is a lot, but our goal here is to stimulate the minds
Right.
of the public.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's something that you can do.
Right.
You can move forward.
Exactly.
No matter how bad it is.
Yes.
And that's our goal.
Right. I was surprised. An employee of mine was telling me that when she graduated from high school, that she gets to go to Dell Tech basically for free.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have the education there now. You have the main avenue that's being said here. Take the avenue.
Let me tell you, when I started this show, what I'm finding out is
Yes.
there's so many tools.
Yes.
There's so many tools, Wilmington, Delaware.
Yes, it is.
And I know we don't really take time out to do our research, but I want to tell you, there's so many tools that you can start whatever you feel like that is inside of you, because it has to come from inside, period.
Just go for it.
The tools are out there. Please, I'm begging you, just research it. Because at the end of the day, if you're not doing what you love to do and you working a 9 to 5, listen, just do some research. And yes, you can think outside of the box.
Yes,
For
you
your
can.
New Year's resolution. Let's think about starting your own, building your own foundation, building your future for your family.
It's not going to be easy, but anything that's worthwhile is not going to be easy.
Yeah.
And you just push forward and find out what you want to do and get it done. It can work.
Yeah.
Definitely can work.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing these shows.
Okay?
We're going to keep being in these streets because we don't just want to stop the violence.
Right.
We want to stimulate a better economy
Yes.
all across the board.
Right.
You know, it's not about a color no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a people.
Right.
And us coming together and doing better for the good of all mankind.
Exactly.
Period.
Right.
So that's why I'm here. That's why you're here. That's why we do what we do. So, you know, this interview, I think it was important that the public can see that you can be a franchise owner and you don't have to be from here. This is where you at.
Right.
Because Mr. Walker stimulates the economy now.
Yes.
He's been doing it for a long time. But remember one thing, he started doing this at a very young age and he didn't know that this was his future.
Yep.
But he stuck with it. And then he realized one day, I already have this education, so this makes sense. So it all made sense, every step that he made. So I just wanted to stimulate Wilmington, Delaware, that you could one day be a franchise owner. But it starts at a young age.
Right.
You gotta have a clean record and know what you want. Can't be all over the place.
Right.
So you can't take up a major and then you want to switch to major. You're not sure yourself. So you need to stop, take time to think of what you really want to do because you do got to pay that money back.
Yes.
This was an important show, Mr. Walker. I want to thank you for everything.
No problem.
It was a pleasure. And I'm going to ask you one more thing. This special question I ask everybody.
Yes.
At the top of the year, when the weather breaks,
Okay.
we're going to do some street cleanups.
Okay.
And we want to know, is there any way that you can get involved with that to help
Sure.
us? Okay. Okay. That's
Just let me
beautiful.
know what you need and we'll take care of you.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for having
Thanks
me.
for having me on your show.
Yes, sir. This is E-Live again. And this is show 10, or should I say episode 10, season 1. And this was Mr. Don Walker, franchise owner. And is it okay? How many franchises do you own, sir? If that's okay.
I'll reserve on that.
That's fine. Well, it's been a pleasure. And it's been a pleasure again.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Wilmington, Delaware. Thank you. God bless. Good night.
Good night.
Good evening, Wilmington, Delaware. This is E-Live, and I'm back in your household once again. We had a wonderful season with L.W.U.M TV, season 1, and I want to tell you I can't wait till season 2 comes next fall. But we had wonderful shows from Richard Raw, shouts out to him, Shorty T, Rob J, Marquivas Booker, shouts out to him, and even the mayor. And we want to thank you, everybody, that listen, also the listeners. We want to take time out to understand your issues and your views. So please hit us at our email, liveworldurbanmagazine@gmail.com. It's very important. The only way we can get better and grow if you take time out and let us know how. No matter the size of your business, we can promote you on primetime hours when everyday normal people are watching. Beast Marketing, a name you can depend on. We're based on understanding your needs and giving you an experience of professional people that wants what's best for you and your company. Voiceover commercials also available. Listen, your service is a direct connect to your success. Advertisement, monthly specials. Up close and personals, 4 one-minute commercial interviews of your business to air on the show within that month. Ask about our specials and get your first ad free. Radio commercials available. Servicing your needs to give you the all-around experience from radio to TV. Contact, advertise with us at 100doitallradio.com. Your service is a direct connect to your success. We want to help better your business. Do It All Radio. Download the app for Android or iPhone at 100 Do It All Radio. See you soon. Live World Urban Magazine is dedicated to providing service that will put your business in a direct connection with your success so we can build a bigger and brighter tomorrow for our city and community. We offer advertisement, promotions, and consulting through our TV show aired on the new Lapa TV Channel 28. L.W.U.M TV is aired on Saturday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and your business will reach over 85,000 households across the Delaware Valley and potential millions on demand. We know the average household has at least 4 people, which gives you 340,000 views every show. Not counting reruns of show, it just makes it a win-win situation. And at L.W.U.M, we provide the experience of creating your commercial for the public to see your company at its fullest potential. Commercials. 30-second commercials, $175. 60-second commercials, $300. L.W.U.M TV banner ad, $50. Brochure ad, $30. Listen, if you refer a friend with a business and they purchase an ad, then your next week, the ad is free. 30-second radio ads start at $150. Guaranteed 15 spins a week. To get further information, again, 100 Do It All Radio.